doing?
It is kind of a gloomy day in LA. I don't know what's
it's
happening.
supposed to be gloomy June.
June gloom.
But June gloom is what they call it. But it's coming early this year.
It is.
In May.
In May, I know, and I'm not sure what to do.
Well,
Dark Child Gospel.
Yes.
Hey there, Fred. How are you doing? Arvetra's here already. Arvetra, we need to join you in. How Jazzy Biz? I call him our co-host now.
No request. Let me see if I can do this.
We're just trying to get Arvetra in. We're playing a little bit of the song already by Arvetra called Kingdom. It's fun, fun, fun. What?
Okay.
That's our longtime friend.
Okay.
Hi, look at you.
See when you come like that, man. He just pull my little beard out the corner.
That's a nice beard, if I say so myself.
How y'all doing?
I bet you how you doing, man.
I'm good, man. This gray is on over.
Some people got it, some people don't, man.
That's a beautiful beard. This is all better your daughter.
I have to comb it and all that kind of stuff.
You've been comb. Oh, you have a comb. You keep it.
Oh, you keep it ready.
I have to shampoo it, condition it.
Ruth is on now.
I have to shampoo it, condition it, and all that stuff.
Ruth is coming in. We're playing a little bit of the song. We got to make sure Ruth is invited.
Okay.
Hey, Freddie. How you doing, girl?
Good. How are you? Can y'all?
What'd you say?
Can you hear me? I got my AirPods in.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I can hear you. We can hear you. I guess
let's
we should
play
a little bit more of the song. This is at the end of it.
Okay.
Well, let's play it here, I guess.
I'll pause it, then we can go ahead and bring it back on.
Okay. Yeah, you want to bring the song back on? Why don't you tell us a little bit about this song, Ruth?
Yes.
So Kingdom, it was written and produced by Anthony Brown and Justice Savage, two amazing, wonderful brothers of mine. That was on my sophomore album that we did live at the River Church in Durham, North Carolina. So yeah, it's been a while.
Well,
okay.
I want to play it today. I don't know if you want us to play anything else, send it, but we need a happy song like this today, I think. So we're going to play a little bit of that.
Play it all you want.
Everybody look at the change. Yeah. The change that I want to see. There's a light in me that was made to shine. Something great will happen. Come on, happy song. We are kingdom and we have authority. God has given us the power that we can change anything. What we're thinking, this is exactly what we'll be. It's not the feeling, it's not religion. That song just makes me feel better, girl. And Claude, you might want to take that out too completely because I don't know. But we need to feel better these days, and I think that's some of what we're going to talk about. But first of all, I want to give props to a dear friend of mine, Bishop Arvetra Jones Jr. This is a great man of integrity. He works hard. I've known. I'm gonna call you Bishop, and we want to talk about that because I don't.
You can call me Arvetra.
Arvetra, because that's how I know you. Because I don't think you're a bishop the whole time. But first of all, Bishop is the president of the North Carolina Gospel Announcers Guild, and you're president of that. What is it? NC Gag Association.
Yes.
And we're going to talk a little bit today about how what that's about, how you really put that organization on the map. I met this great man, very nice man, wonderful family, about 20 or so years ago. Yeah, a long time ago. Through radio. I think it was WFSS.
Yes.
And we've just remained friends because when Bishop Arvetra Jones is your friend, That's a friend for life, honey.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's a friend for life. You're an announcer, trailblazer. I believe you won a Stellar Award.
I got to the Broadcast Hall of Fame.
Broadcast Hall of Fame. And you're also the co-pastor of Come As You Are Evangelical Center. We wanted to talk to this wise man and his incredible daughter, who I've known for quite a while now, too, since she was young and first singing the beautiful Ruth Lenatra. Do I say that name right?
La'antra, but you can say however you
La'antra. Okay. So, so we wanted to chat with y'all today, and everybody, please welcome Bishop Arvetra Jones and his beautiful daughter Ruth Anatra, an artist in her La'antra. This is his Haitian man with his French accent.
I like
it. How you doing? Oh my goodness. It's so good to see you guys.
It's good to see you and your husband.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So what's the weather like in North Carolina? Because it's gloomy here.
95 degrees.
It's how much?
95.
Nice. Yeah, it's hot everywhere. Right here.
Except here, it's not hot. So, Pastor, were you born and raised in North Carolina?
Yes, I was. I was born in a little country town called Hamlet, North Carolina. And we moved 30 minutes from where I was born at, which I've been there ever since. We country. We have coyotes, we have deers, we have all.
Well, we have coyotes and deer here too.
We have all that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Country.
But you got snakes and stuff too,
yeah.
huh?
We got snakes. We have cats. We have 2 cats, and my cats will bite the snakes' heads off and bring them on the porch. That's what cats do.
They're giving you presents.
Yeah, I love my cats because what cats do, they'll go kill the snakes, whatever, mouses, whatever, and they'll bring them on the front porch and lay them down on the porch just to let you know they're hunting. Cats
are doing a good job.
They're doing their job.
Yeah, they do a good job. Yep.
Are you a cat person?
I love cats. I love.
Oh, see, we gotta part ways here.
I had a cat named Midnight.
What?
I didn't know him when he had those cats.
Yes,
I had a cat terrorize me once. It would jump on me when I was in the bed. It would jump on my head.
I couldn't tell what to do, but I could tell what not to do. That was our relationship.
But I hear you. God bless you that your cat brings you presents.
I love cats. I love my cats.
What do you have, the coon cats or you have the regular cats?
We got one is called Babe is real. He's a real big spoiled cat. We had his mama. His mama's passed on now, but Baby come from Bambi. So now we got Baby and Bambi Jr.
Okay, so you keep it.
We keep and
keep the line going.
Yeah, we keep
the line going, man.
Matter of fact, I'll send you a picture of them. I got a picture of them just sitting.
Okay, go ahead. I'm a dog person. How many dog people do we have out there? How many cats? Wait, Ruth, you like cats or dogs?
I like both. Now I have a dog and I have cats, which are Daddy Jones.
Which are my cats.
Yeah.
Well, it's family. You know what I'm saying?
But Pastor, I know, so you're in North Carolina. I love North Carolina, actually.
Well, we spent some time there.
Yeah, I know y'all go to
daughter was in the
furniture market, right?
You said what?
You do go to High Point for the furniture market sometime, don't you?
I sure do.
We've been there.
Has it gone down since COVID, or is it still going? Because I think
I don't know. I hadn't been following it, but I'm pretty sure they probably getting back up now because North Carolina is a Republican state, so they really didn't pay COVID too much attention.
Well, okay, Pastor. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. So how has COVID affected y'all out there? Because, Claude and I, once everybody said everything was good, we took off our mask a few times and we got COVID.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No,
well,
we're not contagious.
Yeah, well, I think I had COVID when it first came out because I lost my smell and my taste for an entire week. But it never stopped me. You know, because with me, I never took a flu shot. I never did anything like that. We just do a lot of herbs here. Take a lot of stuff like Fruta Vita. We deal with a lot of home remedies. My wife makes stuff that her mama made for them when they were growing up, and she makes that stuff, and they drinks it. I don't drink it because I don't like the taste, but they drink that stuff, and we just stay healthy by the grace of God.
Well,
man, that's
so
good.
you're into the herbal. Well, we took vaccine, but the herb.
We did too. We did
vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth, you did too.
Yep.
Yeah, vaccine and boosters
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So we doing that.
And
No,
you've got children now and everything too, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 small children that I'm gonna send your way. Y'all can have them.
Well, we're loving children right now, so you got your grandkids. But Pastor, how? Like when I met you, you were in radio. But how did you get into gospel? Have you got records out?
Now, what happened? My dad, the late A. Jones Sr., my dad was one of the artists from the HSE label, Savoy label, years and years and years ago. Yeah, if you pull up my dad's name, Arvetra Jones Sr., you see all his stuff from the HSE, so the Horseman, Sullivan Gospel. He was one of those artists from HSE, so we was raised up in the industry, and my father and mom he was like the Bishop Jakes before his time.
Percy Beatty.
Wow,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad, he did revivals, and my mom, they did revivals all over the country. And we were that church where people like Gloria Spencer and Bill Moss, and my mom used to work with Evangelist Shirley Caesar. We had all the stars that came through our church then in Pinehurst, North Carolina, was stopped at our church. So I was born into the industry, and my dad taught me how to. He had in the back of the church, he had the studio set, reel-to-reels, and all that stuff set. You know, I was watching him do this stuff. Then when my mom started traveling, I came straight out of high school and started traveling with my mom, Evangelist Lydia Jones, and everybody knows Evangelist Lydia Jones. If you ask Donald McClurkin today, he'll say Evangelist Lydia Jones from Pinehurst, North Carolina, and our podcast tape.
We've got the great Percy Beatty just joined us. You know, what a
Percy.
great writer.
Yeah, Percy.
That's
We love us some Percy Beatty.
Amen.
What a great writer and artist. But, you know.
So you got some history there.
Well, you know, Ruth did Percy's song over, right? In my name.
No, I didn't know that.
I emailed that to you today.
Okay, today was a crazy.
Yeah,
today. Was a crazy day.
Yeah, today.
Okay.
That song went up to 1 million streams on Pandora a few months ago.
Oh,
That was the version that Ruth did.
A little play too.
Yeah, we need to give that some
Well,
play.
usually if you send it to me, I'm the one that kind of works.
Yeah, if somebody could send that to us now, we could play it before the show's over. Maybe Percy, you've got my phone number. Maybe you could even send it to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be great. You know, you live in Carolinas, it's got great furniture and stuff, but you guys have had some troubles there too. I mean, some of the first of the, you know, right now we're talking about the Tops grocery store in Buffalo, New York, where so many people were killed recently. I wanted to know your opinion on that, especially with you coming from North Carolina, where you had your own situation. Was that South Carolina that happened in, or?
That happened. Well, we're in North Carolina.
Yeah, that was in South Carolina where they went to the church and killed all the folks. So we went by there.
Yeah, that was
I'm talking about the girl that was driving, and the white girl that got killed in North Carolina. I thought it was.
Oh yeah, that was in Chapel Hill, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Talking about two different things.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's hitting all of us. How do you, as pastor, and you as artist, want you feel about? You know, what's happening, because we love talking about current events here, because so many people think that we as faith-based people don't know what's really going on and kind of all over, but we like to talk with our people. We've got intelligent people, and I'd like to know your opinion on what was happening with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say, Daddy, I think you posted something on Facebook earlier this week that says we have to watch as well as pray. we can't pray and not watch. We got to do both at the same time. And I think a lot of times people think just because we're Christians and believers that we are just supposed to be soft and stand down and not talk about issues that's going on in the world today, but that's not the case. Here is a young Caucasian teenager, he was 19, I believe he was, goes into a grocery store and targets African American people, and his aunt tries to blame it on COVID. What does COVID have to do with anything? COVID didn't have nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
Is that what it was?
No.
My,
And he was streaming it live so you could get a shooter's point of view.
exactly.
So, you know, if he did, yeah. Come on now, come on. Let's be real.
But he did have this thing. What was this thing he has where the white people, this group of people, so I'm not saying, because there are wonderful people that just happen to be white, but this group, they're afraid they're going to become extinct. What is the word for that?
But they've been thinking that way for a while.
But they have this, somebody knows what I'm talking about online, where there's this doctrine where they're feeling that all of the minorities are taking their place, and
right,
becoming extinct. And he was a part of that way of thinking. I'm looking
wow.
I have it in my notes, but I can't find it right now.
Well, it was prevalent. That's a prevalent thought in California for years because of, you know, the high Hispanic rate. There's a lot of immigration coming to California, and they were really concerned about it was going to flip. But yeah, and so some people have taken it to extreme. Now they're really, you know, I guess the white supremacists have jumped on there and really they taking it to, trying to take it to another level.
Right.
But, you know, I just praise God that, you know, the thing is that, you know, some of these, I'll go there, some of these evangelicals in the South are jumping on that bandwagon as well, too, and that's sad. And where everybody should be standing up in unison and say, hey, that's not right.
And kingdom, like your song, we need to be addressing and feeling differently about each other. Pastor, how do you feel about this, and what do you think we as the church, and what can we do? Because I mean I try not to be paranoid, but sometimes, you know, I really have to get prayed up before I go out.
Well, I'm telling you, where we're from, we come from a part of North Carolina where right down the street from us, you still got the KKK.
Okay.
So we are familiar with this stuff, but here where we're from, they already know that we don't play that. They already know this ain't 1960, this ain't 1970, or whatever the case may be. And you know, we come from a predominantly all Caucasian high school, and out of that high school, I am the president of the alumni Facebook page. So, so I approve everything that go through that page, and all the people that graduate before us. And so you got an African American man that's over all these people, and
that's wonderful.
The white county that we're in, but they already know, you know, don't step the boundaries. Let's respect each other. You may believe that way, but at the same time, you're not going to come around here trying to show your arm and try to intimidate us, because that's not going to be in this part of North Carolina, North Carolina, period. So we set that ground. Like I said, I posted a post, watch as well as pray. We're going to pray that God will keep us protected, but at the same time, if I see you coming at my church, I ain't never seen you before, you coming around there with a trench coat on, and you looking kind of strange, we're going to address you.
We're going to check it out.
And I mean, some of these people, you don't know what kind of extremists they're going to be.
Right.
Some of them a lot of these people, they'll kill anybody.
That's
Black,
right.
White, Asian, purple, anything.
Yep.
They're just crazy.
Well, the thing is, and I applaud, you know, a lot of communities, you know, are learning how to live with differences.
Right.
And it's okay to be different and respect those differences. I ain't trying to change your mind. You ain't trying to change mine.
That
but
part.
We can live together with our differences. That's really where we need to be. And I remember when we went, and just talk very shortly, when we went to South Carolina, and really what I saw was that a lot they were wanting to be if you want to say come into the 2000s, a new century city, and they just didn't know exactly how to model the racial relationship. They didn't have good models to do it. They wanted to do it. They
Right.
just didn't know how.
Right.
So so I applaud them trying it, and so it takes.
Well, we applaud what you're doing.
Yeah, but it takes both sides to say, hey, this is how we need to do this thing.
Yeah.
Because so they may want to, but they don't know how to.
Right.
It's deep where we at, because where we at, like I said, it's mostly Republicans in North Carolina, and during the election time, I had friends that they were Trump people, and I had to tell my friends, now I don't mind you being a Trump supporter, but don't even get on Facebook acting crazy, because I would call them out, and these are some of my friends in school, and I was like, okay, now let's respect each other. You vote for, I'll vote for who I vote for, but I want you to watch your mouth on Facebook.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they know me like that, and they know I don't have a problem getting them straight, and I will get some of my friends straight, because down here in North Carolina, you already see Trump signs for 2024 all in my neighborhood
already.
Yeah, where I walk at, you see Trump signs all in my neighborhood, but they know we don't pay that no attention. But
you hear him talking about his neighborhood. I bet you he lives in a real nice neighborhood. I'm not mad at you though. I'm not mad at you, and you live across the street or something, don't you, Ruth?
Yeah.
I can see his house from my window.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think it's wonderful. Tell us a little bit about your growth, Pastor, from going into radio and now into management and all of the activism.
Was it A&J
Productions?
ALJ Productions. Okay.
Yeah. ALJ formed because that young lady sitting here on the screen. I did that just for her, because I wanted it stands for Arvetra Livia Jones. Olivia happens to be my mom, so I created ALJ Productions, and also we have a record label, Al Junior Music. So a lot of people don't know we have a label. I did all that for my children, and when Ruth and Archer came and wanted to be an artist, everybody was saying, "Why don't you push your own daughter? Why don't you push your own daughter?" I done pushed everybody that's somebody in this industry.
Yes,
right.
I remember when they all started out in this industry, nobody knew who they were, but we pushed them. And she started singing. Everybody was saying, "Why don't you push your own daughter?" But I made in my mind, I wasn't gonna push her till she came to me and said I was ready to be pushed. So
right.
I never got. I was working at the desk one day, so she came downstairs and said, "All right, Dad, I'm ready to go to work." And I said, "You sure?" Make a long story short, that's when we created ALJ Agency LLC. I tell folks it's not just a name, but we are LLC Incorporated.
And y'all together, y'all members together in there.
Yeah,
it's an LLC. I got you.
So I'm wondering, and Landry, you can Ruth, you can step in here. You've got people like Usher, Kanye West, and so many others, Beyonce, who have had their parents as managers. And sometimes it seems to work and sometimes it doesn't. Tell me, we'll pretend your dad's not here for a second. What's it really like having a parent managing and into your affairs in that way?
Somebody asked me that today, actually, and the answer I gave them was, it is absolutely amazing. Now, at first, Daddy didn't know how to separate daughter-father business.
But hey, that's serious. You got to separate.
Yeah.
Some roles here.
But now we work like this. Like, he called me, I call him. We go this, we go there. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
And okay, so that's great, because I know our daughter worked with us. She's not working with us right now. She's kind of retired. I think there's a point where sometimes y'all feel like you need your space, and then it comes back together.
Well, again, you're on Ty Scott, so clearly you're not on your father's or your family. I'm gonna call it the family's label. And there were some decisions I'm sure you guys made as a manager. I'm sure he thought about it and said, "Hey, this is better for you," and made some decisions.
But we have a joint deal. I'm signed to Ty Scott, and I'm on the family.
Okay, so you a distribution deal, or what kind of, when you say joint, is it? What do you do, and what does Ty Scott do?
we like 50-50 straight down the middle.
Yep.
So she signed to Al Junior Music / Ty Scott. Ty Scott / Al Junior Music.
Oh, okay.
We
just had Bryant on the other day.
Yeah. So what do what do you do versus what does Ty Scott do?
I think
we
work together, and I guess we pick up each other's ends. Like they cover something, we'll cover the next, or we just like it's a big family at Ty Scott.
Yeah, we got
the release. So I made sure we covered the actual the producer video, produce this. Ty Scott now is going to take over on the distribution and marketing side.
Okay, distribution. Okay.
And they're going
that's great.
Put it out there.
You handle the A&R, you do the production, recording.
I do the recording. Jeff and that team does the A&R.
Yeah, the A&R.
Yeah, they do all that other stuff. My job, I figured my job was easy because I just spent the money to do the recording.
That's usually the easy part.
Yeah, I understand. We knew Jeff when he was first starting, as a matter of fact. When he was just coming out of college, I think. He worked with our nephew, Chris. They went to music school or something like that together. So we've really known Jeff a really long time, actually.
Great team. Jeff, Claudius, Sydney, Brian,
Bill.
Sydney is hilarious to us. We talk about Sydney. We're talking about Sydney we're talking about Sydney from Ty Scott.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. He's on another planet.
Yeah. And we'll talk to you for hours.
Yes, he will.
Beautiful brother. Love it, brother. Love him.
Well, I guess I want to get, sometimes.
Well, I wanted to talk about, ALJ, and there's a number of functions you provide. Just kind of walk through the different things that you do within that production company.
So I did not set out to be marketing and branding for other artists, but a lot of people contact me to help market and brand them. Now, I won't take the job as a manager for another artist because to me, I feel like I, as a person, won't give 100% to that artist. But that's just me personally. I don't want money like that too. I'm gonna promise you a rainbow when we still in the cloud, and I can't do that.
Right.
But what I do a service for marketing and branding, for promotion, some radio service. I don't tell people because that's a whole different story. Radio has changed now, so we're looking at.
Let's talk about that.
Oh my God, radio now. When I did radio, when I was at that 100,000 watt FM radio station, radio now has changed so much, and we're more focused now to the DSPs and all that kind of stuff. That's what we're.
Explain to everybody what a DSP is.
That's a digital service provider. Your Spotify, your Pandora, your YouTubes, and those streaming numbers. So it's at a point now where you got to get. And Vicki, we are so far behind in gospel.
Come on.
It's not. How can you be top 10? You break top 10 and you only got 817 views for this month. So I'm looking at these numbers, and I'm looking at now. I can look at Maverick City. Maverick City has caught on to the DSPs, and they into the 200 and some thousands of views per month. So now I looked at, I had a meeting today, and I told Ruth, this is what we're finna turn to, because my baby has a voice that the world needs to hear.
Yeah, got a great voice.
So radio, now everybody's so anxious to be number one on the charts, and you number one on the charts, and but you ain't making no money.
That's right.
Thank you. Come on.
That's right.
You ain't making. You number one on the charts for 1 week. You may drop off the second week, but you did all this money. It's about promotions. You pay. You know who's getting paid now? And I hate to do this. The ones that's getting paid now are the promotion people that's servicing your music. That's who's getting paid. The artists ain't getting paid. The artists are not getting paid, and we all excited about creating flyers and graphics. I'm number 5. I'm number 8 on billboards. But baby, you ain't made no money. You are a black gospel artist. And you indicator charts. You number 1, 2 the indicator chart, but you ain't got but 200,000. You just got 2,000 monthly viewers.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my baby Ruth. Ruth ain't dropped a singer in 3 years, and with her Spotify, she still got like almost 7,000, and she ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
But people that's number one, and you number one on these charts, and I'm seeing just 2,000 monthly viewers. Then I go to the Christian side.
They're killing it. They're killing it.
The Christian, and that's
don't get me started.
Listen. Do you know there's 7.5 billion people in this world? All I want is 1% of those streaming numbers. If I get 1% of those streaming numbers with Ruth LaAntra, I'm telling y'all, we're about ready to do it. I thank God because I came from radio, but I'm teaching if you would hear me, artists, if you would hear me, industry, times of the 80s and 90s are gone. I came into
gone. Bye-bye.
Them days are gone. I thank God for when I met Vicki and you guys at the GMWA, I was already established. I was already at Federal State University radio station. I've been there since 80-something. When I came, I was already established. But I'm telling all radio people now, you can't be threatening people now telling I ain't going to play your music. Who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares?
Exactly. Tell the truth and shame me.
Right.
If people don't like me to talk, I've always been this way.
But we need a breakthrough.
Yeah.
In a different kind of way.
You
know, in other words, there was a time where, they weren't playing gospel on radio and they weren't doing all this stuff. Right. And then we got the breakthrough there and got the appropriate exposure.
Yeah.
But now, this streaming market, we haven't broken through in that area at all.
And we've been a breakthrough. I see my son is on here. He's got a Spotify channel. He's got like 4,000 something monthly listeners. But imagine that 4,000 turned into 200, 300,000.
300,000, yes.
And then that's when you start getting paid.
But how do you? What are your recommendations on how you get there? Because you said gospel's so far behind. The only ones that have the high numbers are, some of our old artists that have been around for ages.
Yeah.
But the new artists coming through, I think that's what.
Other than rap, I got a faith-based rap now.
Rap
Ray and 1K Few and them,
they do.
As well as Maverick City. But gospel itself, it's scary. It makes me wonder.
You know why, Vicki? Because they so caught up into these charts.
Yeah.
Thank you. Instead of being grassroots about it.
Right. They want to be on the airplay charts. They want to be on an indicated chart. Lord knows we got 1 million internet stations right now. So they don't want to look at the changes. So the Bible tells us, first of all, you got to acknowledge. If you don't acknowledge the changes, you're still going to be stuck in 1980, in 1990.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even with these conferences, my conferences that I'm doing this year, we're not doing that template that we did 10 years ago.
You can't.
You can't do it because you're going to be around in circles saying the same old thing. You sitting around the table.
Well, you used to say, and broke.
And broke. And broke. I refuse the second half of my life to be broke.
I know, that's right. I don't like broke. Broke doesn't look good on me.
So how are you structuring your conferences now, knowing that, hey, it ain't the 1980s and the 90s and 80s anymore. These are the things you need to be focused on.
Right.
These are the things you need to be working on.
Right.
How you restructured it?
We've already had that in place. Even this year, we got specialists that's gonna be breaking down the streaming numbers. We got my attorney Krista Redding and Andre Bright from Mad Praise Publishing is gonna be breaking down the DSPs and how you get your money with Spotify. How much does it take to get a good decent check? But in order to get a good decent check, your numbers got to be 200, 300,000 before you start getting paid.
Exactly.
I think it was like $1 for every 1,000 or 10,000 streams, something like that.
And in order to make some decent money, like I say, I was looking at this artist, ain't gonna call the name, but they broke top 10 on the charts with only 817 views. They ain't got no money. That's no money. That's it. But
maybe 25 cents.
Yeah, but you creating a flyer that you top 10. But you broke.
Right.
But we have structured our conference this year, and you know, we have structured our conference this year to deal with those numbers. We've structured our conference to deal with grants to be able to fund these things, and we teach for us. I got partners now that I'm working with to teach this stuff about the DSPs. And when you call me this, and when the artists call me, it's gonna be a consulting fee. I ain't talking for free. It's gonna be consulting. I did free for many years, and but we want to those that will listen. This is a new day, new game. I thank God for radio, but we want to focus on those streaming numbers where radio gonna come looking for you. You don't have to go looking for radio.
That's why they gotta come looking for you.
And you know what's crazy about it, and we've said this a couple times, even for us. I mean, we've come on here because we are determined to stay relevant, and determined to learn new things. But we have a video that has over 1 million views, and you know what we're doing? Dancing.
See, making it happen.
Different things.
When we dance, we get more views than any other time. So we getting ready to do some more dancing, but we have one where we have over 1 million views.
And that's the part that's part of the DSPs. You learning, you breaking it in to make this money.
That's right. And we're just exploring and finding fun things to do. Yeah. And
well, as an artist, as artists, you know, you trying to grow. You know, that social media is very key to get, you know, to translate that to streams. You gotta be doing the social media, but you gotta translate that over to the streams.
You said the key word right there. What changed this game was social media. Yeah. That's what changed this entire game was what we're doing now with social media. The days of if you don't come to my event, I ain't gonna play your music. So
right.
So
exactly.
It's so much stuff in the world I can do.
Yeah. I mean, so how do you feel the sense of it, Ruth, when the game has changed? I mean, you started just as it was starting to change, really.
That's right in that transition.
I may be the wrong person to ask this because I think Daddy is more of a pusher for me than I am.
You're the artist, okay.
I literally go with the flow with my life and with the music. I never really worried about anything. And so, like, I'm like y'all on social media. I do what's fun and what makes me happy. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, hey, on to the next thing.
Right. But that's good. I mean, sometimes you have to have two different sides of the brain. Claude and I are kind of like that too. I'm kind of like the mouth, so to speak, and he makes sure those contracts and everything is right. So you know, but I'm gonna get messy because I like getting messy. You find that I've noticed with Kevin Samuels, everybody's talking about Kevin Samuels right now. But he did not start popping until he did this thing on women where he called this girl average at best.
Yeah,
exactly. He was like many years talking about fragrances and even talking about men, and it didn't do anything. So tell me this from both of you: do you think you got to be controversial, or I mean, what's a girl got to do? You know.
The people who loves controversy and is not afraid to be controversial, yes, you do have to be, because we live in a world, of course, where social media is banging, and people love messy. People love drama. People love stuff that's gonna hit right then and there. So if you have a man talking about a woman, of course, people are gonna tune in whether they like it or not. They just love it. That's what the world loves: drama, funny stuff, church people failing, and everything else.
Right, I know, like people making fun of people in the church. That scares me. When somebody's shouting and somebody's making, laughing about it, I'm like.
But that was one of the challenges that we did at the time in Gospel Centric, is in terms of our videos. How do you be edgy, but be right? So you have to be more creative so that you can still be positive, but you can be edgy and do that thing. And that's really, where you can't just be run of the mill. You got to be very creative
Yeah.
in terms of what
Right.
you're doing, and it's much more challenging. And we
And
have to step up.
Right. TikTok is the avenue to be creative because there's so many things on TikTok that you can do. You can dance, you can cook, and it's very easy to go viral on TikTok. It's very easy to get noticed on TikTok. You just got to know the right hashtag, find out the hashtags that's trending, find out what dance is trending or what meme is trending. Do it on TikTok.
Yeah. But it's a trip over there too.
Yeah.
It's always a trip. You gotta, because at least that's what I'm seeing. And you see, but those, and I'm really focusing on artists. Those not people who are trying to be influencers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of artists, the artists that I think do grassroots work, that hasn't changed at all.
Right.
And they do grassroots. Tend to be more successful and to get, at least in this day and age, in terms of translating to streams, because that's the other day. You want to translate the streams. And a side issue, and we'll get into that. There's a whole nother thing that and we'll talk about this a little bit. We got another show talking about streaming and the dollars that are being negotiated to up the amounts on the streams, and what that whole thing is going on in the industry.
There's a whole political
side.
That's a whole nother. I know what you're talking about. That's
but we'll have another conversation about that.
Yeah.
But that's a separate piece that needs to be. But we need, as artists and folks in art, we need to be cognizant of that.
We got to be.
So we can support it when we need to support it.
Yeah.
And see, what's happening is there isn't if you want to say a gospel entity that is beaten in that flow, supporting champion really. Gospel interests. So I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah,
because Vicki's telling me we got another situation.
I know that's a whole nother talk right there.
Yeah, but tell us what you guys are doing now, Lunch. So you said Percy worked with you on a new record, and
really?
what's good? So a new song. Tell me what's going on. What are you guys doing right now?
Yes.
So in my name, I did that on my sophomore album. Justin Savage, he suggested that I do it, and we did it at the live recording. And I fell in love with the song. My first time hearing it was when Anthony and Justin showed it to me, and it just was a hit from there. And Percy, he became Uncle Percy, and he's an amazing, phenomenal person. I have a new single coming out, produced by Jay Thomas from Indianapolis, and that'll be coming out soon. The video's coming out along with it. I'm excited about it. And other than that, I'm just being mommy and doing all this stuff, about to get into real estate.
Girl, oh, God. Babies and everything.
It's all right. Time moves on, right? We gotta do what we gotta do.
Oh my goodness. So Arvetra, you're a granddaddy now, huh?
Yeah, we got 9 grandkids.
9.
Yeah, we've been married 40 years. So
we've been married 41, but we only got 2.
I think he rounded his off.
We got 9 grandkids, and they all are very spoiled. I did a post yesterday. I did a post yesterday, and I showed Kobe, who the auntie's the boy. He stays right across the street from me, so he tried to come over to the house every single day, and he don't like to go home because he like to hang out with his papa. Every day. He don't never want to go home. So I said, I had to, okay, Papa going out of town. Now you got to go home with your dad and your mama. But I posted a picture yesterday for all. It's a big old box of snacks that all the grands it's just their snacks.
For real.
So he's loving that.
Yes, grandparents, we can do that.
Yes.
But I want to go back for a minute. You got a new single coming out. There's not a brand new project yet. We're working on the single, right?
No, not a project yet.
Yes,
I got to do a whole album or what? But it's a new single. That's it for right now. And then we'll work on some more singles. I think I'm just gonna be into the avenue of releasing singles until I can figure out what I want to do. Yeah.
It's a singles business.
It's
now,
for real.
Yeah.
It's a singles business. When you get enough singles that are hit, when you get like 3 or 4, then you can put a project together.
Right.
That's how I would do it these day.
Right.
It's a lot less expensive, and you
Mhm.
can test things out better. And so
Right.
that's great. Now, are you going to be singing at the conference?
I am. I don't have no choice with that one. I don't have no choice. I get put on the flyer before I even know I'm getting put on the flyer.
And he books you too, right?
Yes.
Right.
When is the conference exactly? I want to come, but
It's
I'm not getting on the planes that much. I'm not ready.
you sound like my wife. My wife would not get on a plane right now. She did get on a plane. Ruth had to come to LA a few weeks ago to the Terrell show.
Mhm.
Okay.
And Ruth, I couldn't go. I was out of town, so my wife did get on a plane to fly to LA to do the show. So you know, you sound like her, but
I love y'all, but I don't think I'll be seeing you in North Carolina. I'll get in the car, but
but you know, you know, I also work my oldest daughter. She's out there in LA. We got
to get together with her sometime.
Yeah, she's over Team BGV. She's the founder of Team BGV, and
okay.
Yeah, she was just with Carol Underwood about 3 weeks ago out there in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you can see her on the front. She's one of the baddest back BGVs in the country, and she's worked with Kanye, and she did stuff with Brandy, and
wow.
all those folks. And I mean, she'll be here in North Carolina too, but she's also over Roof's BGVs. So, and then my son is.
And you got to tell people what that means.
Background
vocalist.
Yeah, he gets so fancy, he doesn't realize everybody on here don't know what that means.
Everybody knows what you're talking about. So both of those. But your son's a basketball player, is that?
My son played ball in school. Clyde going way back. He played in school, and now he's almost 35, so he's a professor, and he's an artist as well. Now he's a talent agent now. He works with basketball players. A young lady that's getting ready to go into the WNBA. He's working with her now too. He's also a health fitness guru. The boys he's health. I mean, he used to be.
Excellent. Wow.
Children have done well. Tell me your secret. Our children have done well too.
Tell us
all your secrets.
They used to call I
Joe Jackson.
Kind of pushy with my kids, but because I didn't like to see them, I wanted to instill in them that failure was not an option.
That's right.
So, and sometimes I might have been too hard. Sometimes I might have been too pushy, and I come from that point where when it was little, I didn't. Y'all stop crying. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Don't you cry.
Well, okay.
Yeah, now that's old fashioned. Now we let them cry.
We got a little bit of that. We don't be crying up in here. Come
on.
Way old school too.
They could be done fell off the ladder and hurt. Stop that crying.
Stop crying, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of that's not good. But getting into all that modern stuff, I'm gonna get messy again.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say this up front to everybody. I know this really isn't that important, but I am watching it and wondering what's happening with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
That's my line right there. That's my line right there. Amber is lying.
Amber, ain't she lying, girl?
She is lying.
That's over there in your part of the country.
Yeah, she... You know, and people say, "Oh, who cares about that? We've got Russia, and we've got people being shot." But
yes, I watched it.
But you know, Johnny Depp was crazy since he made that Willy Wonka's movie. You can tell he was crazy then.
You know he's crazy.
Johnny Depp was more crazy, but Amber is crazy.
Well, I didn't know she was crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Ooh, she is cuckoo.
She's cuckoo.
I'm not gonna say it on this show, but you heard what she did in that Bad Girl.
Yes. And trying to say it was a dog. Girl.
Trying to say it was a dog. Now, honey, and the housekeeper said, "I know what a dog smells like. That is you." I don't know if we love it because this is diversion.
It's craziness and messy, like you were saying, Ruth. That's what people like.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm watching it because I cannot believe this is going on, girl. And check this out. But I gotta
Okay,
say
you
this.
gotta say,
Right.
I gotta say.
Now, this shows you what privilege will do.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a pretty girl.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll say that. She
Mhm.
has utilized that to the fullest.
To the
She's been
fullest.
with a woman, was vibing
Mhm.
with her, with Johnny
Mhm.
Depp,
Mhm.
James Franco, whoever else. I don't know. And this
Mhm.
is my opinion, and I am speaking from what I've been hearing online. But the
Mhm.
girl then been with Elon Musk.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
And there are
Yes.
rumors, and I'll say they're just rumors. They might be true and they might not be. I didn't know Amber had a child,
I
and that
didn't
the child
either.
might be,
It
you
ain't,
know,
it ain't Johnny
it ain't
Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Get
I'm
out
like,
of
look
here.
at what this girl's been able to do. But what she's done that I think is so terrible is for the women who really have suffered
Right.
with domestic violence.
Exactly.
She's making a mockery of it with her line.
Exactly. Exactly. She was trying to take full advantage. You see, she never pledged the whole full $7 million to the charities like she was supposed to. She can't
That's
even
right.
look. She can't even look. And Johnny Depp's lawyer Camille was dragging her on that stand. I said, give
I
her a
object. I object. I object. Girl, I was hollering. And I just said, you don't want to be gossipy. But then on the other hand, like I said, there is so much going on. I mean, my prayers are, we're praying longer and longer just about the situations. And when you see something like this, I just
But
think,
this is the
first
other
of all,
one.
they're drug addicts. Let's tell the
right.
truth
The
about
other
the
thing is
Yes.
to
situation.
take the situation. This is a way to see what a marriage is not supposed to be.
Right.
So I mean, let's use it for positive. This is not what this marriage is about. This
Right.
is what it's about. And so, and if your marriage is like this, you need to stop and think about
Right.
You need
what
to
you
get
do.
counseling.
Right.
Get counseling, get it right, because
And you need
this
to find Jesus.
is not what marriage is about.
Yeah, they
Because
were
there's
toxic.
no parameter for what anything is. But what gets me is when you've got that much money and that much success, and you're relying on drugs like that.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
Alcohol and drugs. I mean, the way they both talking about they're just taking these drugs. I don't know how they can remember what they're supposed to say in their scripts and stuff. Maybe I don't know enough about drugs, but I didn't know you could do all that.
I didn't.
Still be
Well, he's an actor. He's been doing this for.
yeah, Johnny Depp crazy. He's crazy.
I like
Yeah,
Johnny Depp.
I
He
love
crazy.
Johnny Depp. Sweeney Todd is my favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie?
Which one?
Sweeney Todd.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
Girl,
Okay, you went there.
listen.
All his
Okay,
movies are crazy.
wait. I did a whole ministry with women on Sweeney Todd.
Wow.
Did you?
With biblical references, yes. And
wow.
Yes, ma'am. About how a woman, again, like Amber Todd. I mean, like Amber Todd. Look, Amber Heard.
Amber Heard,
Amber Heard or Amber Turd, as they
Yeah.
is the woman is beautiful. She's blonde. Everybody loves her for the way she looks and not for who she really is inside. And and we ours was according to Christian values. And she became old and ugly. They didn't know who she was.
They didn't know who she was, yeah.
Because they never knew her really.
Yep.
They knew what they wanted her to be.
Yeah.
And that's where you're getting all this
They didn't even recognize her.
Privilege, colorism and privilege.
Yeah.
We see it in the music business, how a lot of black women are, and as beautifully as you are, honey, you know, you could have done that other thing and got away with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole body thing, and and just all of it. Now it's tearing us down. But yeah, I did a whole thing. I had the class. We watched Sweeney Todd, and then we put biblical references to. That's one of my favorite movies as well. Yes, because of all the stuff they were doing and all the games everybody was playing. And again, with Sweeney Todd, girl, you got me into it now, where that woman that he ended up with, she was into him, but she was crazy too.
She was crazy.
Oh, you ain't into me like that?
What? Right. And they ended up making those pies.
Yes.
Making money. But their pies were made with human beings.
Yes.
Lord, oh girl, that's a whole thing there. Just the deception and how we're living. That that was a great movie. They said that Johnny Depp may not win, but I think he's won with public opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
But he would do really great knowing Jesus and getting off drugs, and but again, he came from a difficult family.
Yes.
His mother used to beat him, and so I heard him say on one of the networks. And so I think just rounding it all off with your music and all of this ministry that needs to be done because people are crying out. What do you guys say? How are you making your music pertinent to what's going on today and how people are feeling?
I think we as gospel artists, we really have to be sensitive to the voice of God and really give the people what God has given us, because a lot of times we write for the people and God is like, I'm not telling y'all to tell them this. I want y'all to tell them this right now and they'll get it. So I think we have to be really sensitive to what God is saying to us and really sensitive as to what music we're putting out that can help somebody. Because whatever comes from God is going to help, whether it helps then or whether it helps later. Something that we say is going to help somebody. So we have to be really sensitive to what he's saying, especially now in the days that we're living in. I really feel like that Jesus is soon to come, so we got to stop playing. We got to stop playing and get right. So I'm doing everything that God says this season.
Yeah. What say you, Bishop?
I agree. I agree so wholeheartedly. But we got to really, when they singing, artists singing, even preachers, preach the truth. Quit sugarcoating stuff and quit adapting to the world so you can get people and members and followers and likes and all that kind of stuff. You're gonna be unpopular. It's like Jeremiah. He was a weeping prophet, but he was unpopular. But he said what God told him to say, and God said, "Don't say it. I'm gonna make you regret not telling the truth to the people."
Right.
That's so true.
When you open your mouth, the words that come out your mouth better be coming straight from me, not for popular opinion, not to be popular, not to be liked. And that's the problem now we have even with the artists, the people, the preachers. Everybody wants to be liked, but they're not telling the truth. So
but we got to be relevant too,
Yeah.
And so how do
we got to get back. I mean, we can be so relevant, but at the same time telling the truth, because it's the truth that heals the hurt. It's the truth that's going to heal that woman that's going through with that marriage problems and vice versa in their home, the children, because we got so many young people committing suicide. The suicide rate is so high. Mental illness has just taken over, even in the church, so bad. I've never seen a time where preachers are committing suicide and young people are committing suicide and they are hurting. So we got to tackle those issues and find out, get to the heart of that issue and find out what's going on. So we can be relevant, but we got to be relevant.
Right, but and there are
like
issues,
that,
relevant.
Yeah.
I like that too. But there are issues coming up today, and we're not going to get into them right now. But the trans issues, and trans issues, and the athletics and all that, the LGBTQ community. These are the things that we've been beating up people on, but not really. We're not really dealing with them, like you said, the mental health issues, the don't do it. Do as I say, not as I do. Where we look so much like hypocrites, or we're trying to be too perfect, and I wonder so much how music is a way, faith-based music is a way, but are we really getting it done? And traditional music, I barely hear anymore. The Mavericks are doing well with that kind of music, but all the other kinds of faith-based music, it's more worship and praise now, and the rest isn't.
We even tackling my sister is Adrena. She's a licensed psychotherapist in Durham, and she has her own practice in Durham. So this year we have implemented that in our conference.
Good.
Mental illness in the industry, in the church as a whole. So we know what God tells us to do, but we as Christians, we always say God gonna heal you and God gonna deliver you, but we need to get the source. This young lady got like 5 or 6 degrees, so we're gonna tackle that side and bring the spiritual side together.
Yes.
I literally had an artist that I've had a few artists, but I had one that I would say is that's Claude's phone, that I was self-diagnosing, but she seemed like she could have been schizophrenic or bipolar, and sometimes she was talking to folks. I know a few artists like that they'll sing and be just fine, but when you talk to them behind the scenes and stuff, you got to say, this person is stone cold crazy.
Right.
And just to say you're going to pray over them and it's going to be all right, baby, you need some therapy and maybe some medication.
Some ongoing therapy.
Yeah.
And it used to be where people really turned their back on that.
Against therapy,
but we really need to start hitting some of these issues.
Yeah, and I think of my mom is Evangelist Vicki Jones, and she come from the old school gospel where she prayed for people and cast devils out, but at the same time she now have embraced what my sister went to school for. So imagine putting that together where we understand people, because the devil is really on the uproar. He's taking people's mind. You singing one thing on the stage, like you said, but when you come down, you talking to the clouds and
Looney Tunes.
It's just gone. What you
now, Ruth, you know what I'm talking
you
about.
5 cans short of a six-pack. Gone. So
just
yeah.
gone.
Yeah. So
and we've got some artists. People have these problems as well. But I know artists that have drug problems, faith-based.
Yeah.
Alcoholism.
Yeah. Sex. All that.
Or they're gay and they're pretending they're not.
Yeah.
And just or playing around, cheating. They're all the same, basically. And we need to, I think, just be more relevant about some of those things that we've been so afraid to talk about, which is why we do this now. You have a clubhouse. Now, you still doing your clubhouse thing?
I haven't did Clubhouse in months. I came on a couple weeks ago just to talk about the conference. I found out I did it for a while, but some of our people they get so used to free, or they want you to give you free advice, and that was turned into free consultation. So I said, oh, y'all got to pay for this. So
talk about Kukaluku on Clubhouse. I was trying to go around to some of the other places to be relevant.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't that relevant.
Right.
They were cussing.
I think it was
me out and everything else. So I said, well, maybe I'm not ready.
Yeah, it was still going. I know I had one of the biggest rooms. I know Evan had one of the biggest rooms. I know you came in the room. But I think it was a way of us coupled with that pandemic. We home and nobody could go out.
That's right. It was.
Right.
It was.
But then,
But I would just say, what we're not finding, yes, everything you say about the artists, about even the church. Let me just say the church in general.
Yeah.
That their witness is not valid and true. People don't see them as true witnesses.
Right.
And so part of it is we never required perfect artists, you know, but we did require you to be
straight up
about your situation.
And we knew.
So we, right. because everybody, we're all walking in this journey together.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but that authenticness, I don't think people see.
Right.
And part of it is, as artists, and your message needs to be real and about what's happening, because I think people are losing hope. The people are getting
right.
They're coming more into depression and distress
Yes,
about the times
because they don't
and
know
what's
what to
going
do.
on.
Yeah.
And so they're not getting the help and support that they need, encouragement that they need.
And then you got the artists that saying they holy on the stage, and they feeling the spirit on the stage, but when they come off the stage, they mean as hell. And
Yeah, I mean, you've got some of everything, and we do have to start and executives and stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone through bouts of depression, and where people thought we were cheating or didn't do right, and it was very devastating when you're trying very hard. But I mean, yes, whoremongers.
Yeah.
You've had people from the LGBT community, but we talked to them about it. What you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
How you doing it? How are you comfortable with this, like that? What we gonna do?
Right.
And a lot of people, I don't think care that much, really, to even deal with it. But we're just about to the end. Did that song come in?
Yeah, I sent you your text.
Who did you send it to?
I texted your cell phone, Vicki.
Okay,
so let me check Vicki's cell. Let me connect your cell phone up.
Yeah.
Where'd I put my cell phone? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna talk and try to get to that. And in the meantime, tell us where we can get a hold of you guys and how we can be of support, especially to Ruth and her career, and people want your consulting and all that. Tell us what we need to do.
Ruth?
I'm on all social media at Ruth Laontra, RUTHLAONTRA. All my information is there. If you want to book me, contact this guy right here.
Right.
But yes, stay tuned to all my social media. We have updates coming soon.
Okay, and then after that, I want you to tell me about your fragrance. But tell us, Pastor, how we can meet you and everything.
Yeah, and that song, the song she just is about ready to release is fire. The videos coming out at the same time because we got to do video now because of the DSP. So we got to do the videos. So it's fire. But you can reach me. I'm not really used to this social media stuff, but it's at Arvetra on Instagram, Arvetra Jones Jr. on Facebook. The ALJ agency is the ALJ-agency.com for consultants and easy. I'm easy. I think my phone number is I'm about ready to get a second phone because everybody in the world has this number and that other.
Is that the number I have?
Yeah, but you're gonna get another number one. Like you're gonna get another number.
Okay. All right.
You're gonna get another.
So what's that number?
That the 910-988-4614. So when I get the other number, Young Clark gonna have this other number that only a few people gonna have.
I understand.
So I want to make sure the name of the song is In My Name.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna play it, but first, I'm into fragrances today because it's gloomy here. I'm wearing Fireplace or By the Fire by Replica. And you can get it at Sephora, but it smells so good. Ruth, what you like? What you like?
So today I have been stuck on this fragrance today, yesterday, the day before from Bath and Body Works. It's called Honey. Oh my God, I gotta run to go get it when y'all playing the song, but it's called Honey Pot or something like that. Something with honey in it, but it smells. I walked in the store a couple of times. I was like, "What in the world do you have on?"
Oh, girl, getting compliments.
It smells so amazing. It smells so sweet.
I'm gonna have to check that out. We are right across from a Bath and Body Works in our car, so I might have to go check that out.
Yes, you gotta check
Pastor,
it out.
what about you for the men? What you do?
I'm gonna go get it. Hold on.
I'm like old school. Give me some eternity and I'm happy.
What did eternity Eternity come out in the 70s or something.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had
Eternity.
some of them good ones.
It's Eternity. It's
You,
forever.
look, hey, Mick, I haven't keep the attention off me because the other day somebody told me I belong to the Silver Fox Club. I'm like,
Yeah, you do. You do.
I'm like, what is the Silver Fox Club?
With the beards all looking
Yes.
nice with beards. My husband
Yes,
is a silver spot.
I once called a short fur.
Silver foxes, handsome men
Right.
that are manicure and keep
That's
their
what they told me. Yeah, they said.
brother, you definitely
I said, what is
silver
Silver
fox.
Fox Club? So they
You
told
better,
me. So I'm not gonna put on a whole lot of cologne because I have to keep them people away from me.
yeah,
You be attracting
your
too many
wife
people,
might be-
man. The beard is doing a great job. You're gonna act alone.
But my wife would not let me cut this beard.
because it looks nice.
I was gonna cut it. She said, "You better not come home. You better not come home with that."
All right. You know who's a silver fox right now?
Who?
It's Ron Isley.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
he
group.
is.
that okay.
Yes,
I got
he
it now.
is.
I got it. That's
He 85 or something. He still got it going. Well, this song, as we say goodbye to everybody. Oh, somebody can't Kobe. When the storm is raging, I'll be your light. When the road ahead seems dim, yes, I have the power. And we don't own the rights to this song, but we're white blanketed, so we should be able to keep it on. Beautiful. Anything you need, have faith in me. Just ask.
some Pandora.
Beautiful, beautiful. Play a little bit more. That's Percy Baby's song too.
Yep.
This person's song. Of course.
Let it do a little bit more. Y'all gonna have to go out and get this. You're gonna have to go out and get this and stream this.
Well, we bought it.
You bought it. Okay, we're gonna have to let it go. I'm gonna listen to it some more.
She killed that vamp.
Yes.
She
Well, I'm gonna try to. We don't want to play too long.
Right, yeah. But that vamp, she is killing that vamp at the end.
Oh, well, I'm gonna listen to the whole thing, and we want you guys to do the same. We got the radio going. Sorry, but you guys, thank you so much. You're gonna have to come back on. We enjoyed it so much. That song is strong.
Yes.
We love that song.
You.
So congratulations. That song is really strong.
Yes. The thing about it, Ruth was born in 1992. I broke that song on the radio in 1992. So the week of the recording, when Anthony told her and Justin told her to do it, she had never heard of the song. Because my oldest daughter, my son, they was used to me playing on the radio station, but Ruth she was just born, so she didn't ever hear the song until the week of the recording.
Wow. Well, congratulations. We're going to believe in Jesus' name that this is going to be the biggest song you've ever had.
This is a great song.
We love it. And
Thank you.
Everybody, you can see this show again on at Vicki Mack Latayad and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So please support us on YouTube as well.
Support this project.
Support the project.
And let us know the date. Give us the dates for the conference. It's coming up soon, or
Yeah.
in July?
June the 14th through the 17th in Chapel Hill.
June.
Yep. In about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So where's it going to be? At what hotel?
Chapel Hill, North Carolina, at the Sheraton Hotel in Chapel Hill, 5-star hotel. It's the home of the UNC Tar Heels Hotel.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, we love you. We'll be talking to you as we always do.
Yes.
And God bless you. Until next week, everybody.
All right,
Thank
love
you.
y'all. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello, what's
Thank
up?
you so much for watching Carfitable
Yes,
Talks.
thank you.
Please remember to press that like button, and we need you to subscribe. And also,
Leave some comments. Really need to hear from you.
thank you.